Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV. Yeah, there's another event. I believe this is Women's Day, so let's see. Anyway, an event. You there? Now, there's a strapping young lass if I ever saw one. Doubtless come to join the Little Ladies' Day festivities, I'm sure. You have not heard of Little Ladies' Day? Well then, as the Royal Seneschal, allow me to bring you up to speed. On this day, as you might imagine by the name, the little ladies of a realm come first. Those of us with the heart of a gentleman must endeavor to bring smiles to each and every one of their faces. I'm doing my part by overseeing this event, and I'm seeking the aid of as many magnanimous souls as possible, so that every maiden in this fair city feels as exalted as the Sultana herself. Of course, if the satisfaction of good deeds isn't enough. Of course, if the satisfaction of good deeds done isn't enticing enough, there are fabulous rewards to be had for any who assist me. What say you? Will you don the mantle of Seneschal? I knew from the moment I saw you that you would be eager to serve. You have my thanks for what I'm sure will be a job well done. For the job itself, it's most elegant in its simplicity. Go forth into the city streets, dressed to impress and with the spirit of the day in your heart. If you should see a young woman in any manner of distress or discontent, approach them as a gentleman would, lending an ear to their plight and a hand to their aid. And I think I know of just such a troubled soul. Greetings, adventurer. Or should I say Seneschal? I'm Aldita of House Fawn, here to assist with the day's revelries. Lady Fawn, what fortuitous timing. I was just about to send this noble Seneschal out on her mission, but it appears you have saved us the trouble of finding a maiden in need. Indeed. While strolling through Emerald Avenue, I spied a young woman whose crestfallen expression served as a stark contrast to the merriment around her. I thought to call out to her, but she disappeared into the crowds before I had the chance. We must seek her out, and I believe 3 sets of eyes would serve better than one. What did she look like? I'll take that question as tacit agreement. I knew you'd be eager to assist me. Alright then, be on the lookout for a Lalafell with flaxen hair. With haste and some luck, we should find her before long. Very well, let us take to the Emerald Avenue and bring cheer to this young woman's heart. Lalafell with flaxen hair. As a matter of fact, I did see a girl fitting that description just moments ago. I remember the look on her face more than anything. Although everyone out was beaming, she was frowning like someone had just snatched her last lemon cake away. If you mean to follow her, she headed off towards the Sapphire Avenue exchange. Dignified citizen. Golden hair, you say? A Lalafell, you say? I did see a small figure with vibrant hair cross my path, but it could have just been a small child. She was heading toward the Gold Court. Of course, only the 12 know where she went from there. Now that you mention it, I think I saw a girl like that not too long ago. She was ascending the steps to the hustling strip, although judging by her plodding steps, she was dreading whatever awaited her at the top. By her age, I reckon she's a patient at the frontistery. Chances are you could catch her if you left now. Hello, little one? Have you been following me? Why? I don't want any trouble. Trouble? Why, my dear girl, we're here to give you just the opposite. At first, perhaps an introduction and explanation would allay your fears. I'm Aldieta Fawn, and we're here because it's our duty to see that no young girl walks the street of this city with her heads down. So that's why you were looking for me. I suppose I should thank you. I'm Momo, by the way. The pleasure is entirely mine, Miss Momo. Now, what exactly is troubling you? Tell us and we shall do all in our power to set things right. Really? Well, you know Frontistery? Frontistery? Right? I'm staying in the children's ward. You see, they don't let us go outside very often, and things were dreadfully boring. But it is until I met Laurie, we became the best of friends. We promised each other that we would both get better before Little Lady's Day. We could play under the peach blossoms together. But Laurie suddenly got worse. The physician only gave me permission to leave, and Laurie had to stay behind. I didn't want to go without her, but I didn't want to miss this chance either, so here I am. But it's no fun at all by myself. How tragic. My heart breaks to hear your tale. There must be something we can do for them. You don't need to go out to go out. What an odd thing to say. Whatever do you mean? I know. We bring a festival to them. That way they can enjoy the splendor of Little Lady's Day without stepping foot outside the frontistery. We can start by decorating the children's ward with the self-same trappings which adorn the city. And there is yet more we can do. Perhaps a special guest could be arranged for the children. When we're done, I dare say the frontistery may come to rival Emerald Avenue in its pageantry. Really? Truly? I can't wait to see the look on Laurie's face when she sees. I just hope Master Damiela says it's okay. Would you come with me to the children's ward, pretty please? I'm sure you would listen to you. I tell the alchemist at the entrance to expect you. Momoru could barely contain herself when she told me about you. She's waiting inside the children's ward. Do you wish to enter? Let's look in. An adventurer? What business do you have at Frontistery? If you are ill, you must first fill out a form over there. Master Damian, let me explain. I see. You mean to host a Little Lady's Day of sorts. I must say, this sounds like it would bring some sorely needed color to these otherwise drab halls. Very well, you have my full support. It would be remiss of me to deny those under my care the most effective medicine of all. Joy. If I may, let's keep this a secret from the others for now, shall we? Children do so love surprises. Indeed, to that end I suggest we decorate while the others are absent. There's just one obstacle, however. The sick are not known for the habit of coming and going. But, Master Dameliot, have you forgotten? The children are soon to undergo their regular examinations, and will be away for the better part of the day. Would that not be the ideal time to decorate? Yes, you are quite right. Excellent timing. And no one would bet an eye if I were to conduct the examination slightly earlier than scheduled. Serenia, could you summon the children to the examination room in my stead? Well, it seems we have a solution to our most pressing concern. I begin procuring the necessary trimmings. I also think it would be prudent to provide gifts for the children. No extravagance must be spared on this special occasion. My dear Seneschal, can I depend on you to take care of this task? I know what I can do. Laurie is always talking about Redolent Rose of the Weaver's Guild. I think if we both give him our most winning smiles, he might be convinced to come for a visit. I say we because Miss Serenia is coming too, right? Sure. Now that we have all our duties, let us attend to them. Time is of the essence. Oh, hello there. Are you someone's mom? Oh, the examinations already? I nearly forgot. Thanks for reminding me. I would have caught an earful if I was late again. I haven't seen you before. Are you a new physician? What? Another examination? But I already know I'm sick. What are gonna keep you poking and prodding me? Well, I suppose I better go. I hope Moo is having fun out there. Who are you? Oh, another examination already? That bitter medicine they gave me last time didn't help at all. Are they gonna make me drink it again? I wouldn't mind if they at least let me go outside. Everybody's probably having so much fun out there. I hope Momo is too. I'll try to think of her when I'm forcing that poison down my gullet. Did you speak with everyone? Laurie didn't look too sad, did she? I suppose it's only natural for her to feel that way. But with a little effort, we'll turn her frown into a smile soon enough. Now let's be off to the Weaver's Guild to speak with Redolent Rose. Laurie always keeps me up late gushing about his designs. She just adores weaving and she has plenty of time in the frontistry to practice. She even made me a lace scarf and says when she grows up she'll join the guild. A personal visit from Redolent Rose himself would set her as right as any medicine could. Let's be off. Okay. Weaver's Guild. And there he is, the Guild Master of the Weaver's Guild, Redolent Rose. Oh, what do we have here? A little bird has flown into my guild, is too shy to sing. What, pray tell, could inspire her to grace us with her voice? Well, you see, I... Do it for Laurie. Yes, of course, thank you. Master Rose, I have something to ask of you. You see, my dear friend Laurie is very sick and she's always had a passion for weaving. If you could visit her at the frontistery... Say no more. A fledgling weaver is in need and I shall gladly fly to her assistance. The tapestry of this guild's history ever required new hands to sew it, after all. Forgive me, but I have some matters I must attend to before leaving. Rest assured, however, that I make haste to the children's ward the very moment I'm done. Thank you. Thank you. We did it. Truth be told, in all the stories Laurie told me of Master Rose, I imagined him to be a little... littler. Laurie never told me how kind he was, though. Oh, I didn't know if I'd be able to resist telling you that Redolent Rose is visiting the font history. Promise to stop me if I begin to blot it out. I hope everyone else is coming along as well as we are. We managed to finish decorating. I must say I'm quite pleased with our efforts. Would you like to enter the children's ward? Wow, look at this! So many flowers! So pretty! I dare say I could not have arranged a more pleasant display myself. Huh? Yeah, Redolent Rose, sir? Indeed I am, and you must be Laurie, whom I have so much about. You know my name? Why, of course I do. I must say I envy you to have such a devoted friend like little Momo here. She also told of your passion for weaving. Is it true you wish to join the guild someday? If so, pray allow me to answer any question you may have. I would not dream of keeping the tricks of our trade from an aspiring guild member. Now then, if all the little ladies would gather around, I have presents for all of you. Place these peach blossoms in your hair and become as princesses. Surely you all know the history of this day, when Sultan Badrik would serve as seneschal to a specially chosen girl. These accoutrements have roots in that tradition. One little lady's day long ago, a young girl beset by illness was chosen by Baldric as Baldric's princess. Upon learning of her condition, he presented her with a wreath of peach blossoms to wear upon her head, much like the ones you now hold in your hands. Peach blossoms have long been said to ward off ailment of all manner, and some even believe they hold the key to eternal youth. It was with this in mind that the Sultan gave his gift. Soon after that, the young woman made a complete recovery and went on to live a long and fruitful life. Perhaps the legends of her blossom's properties were true after all. Little ladies, little princesses, keep these always close if your sickness should ever seem too much to bear. Remember the princess who came before you. As she did, you too shall regain your strength. We will, thank you! But I didn't forget Master Demeliot. I have something for you as well. Here, wear this. Like this? Does it suit me? Better than I dared imagine. I suppose I should be grateful for that. However, I must admit I failed to see how this trinket will help. But I haven't finished the story. The tale doesn't end with peach blossoms, oh no. The Sultan also sent a hand-picked physician, his very best, to care after the princess. That physician wore a monocle, much like this one. I had a feeling that, besides lending an air of authority to the day, a monocle would become you, and so, with the help of the seneschal, I endeavored to procure one. Your effort is much appreciated, my lady. I shall do my utmost to honor the example set by this physician, and will not rest until every one of my princesses returns to prime health. I trust you will only impress Master Demeliot. Would you look at them? Those smiles embody everything beautiful about this day. Master Demeliot, my dear seneschal, I couldn't have achieved this alone. I'm in your debt. And let us not forget Serenia. You truly are a seneschal among seneschals. Indeed, any would have been hard-pressed to find a more gentlemanly company than one gathered here. A never successful little lady's day. Seeing poor Momo in distress reminded me of that little lady's day long ago and of my own struggles with my physical condition. It was clear then what needed to be done. Considering everything bad had to be arranged at such short notice, I'd say we pulled through splendidly. There was nary a frown to be seen on both child and adult alike. And now, although it pains me to say it, I must return to my manor. My family tends to fret unreasonably if I'm absent overlong. However, before I go, I do believe there's a matter of your gift. Master de Meliot is keeping it safe for you at my behest. May we meet again soon, adventurer. Lori and the others will be talking about this for moons to come. We'll keep these in our hair until every one of us is better. We'll never forget what you did for us today. I'm sure of it. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Master de Meliot said, you're welcome at the Children's Ward any time during Little Lady's Day. Do come visit. I don't know which was better, the decorations or my visit with Redolent Rose. Either way, I have you to thank for making this one of the best days of my life. There are even flowers in the hallways. Did you do all of this? Though we got to meet your hero, I want to meet mine too. Maybe if I pester Master de Meliot enough? I do not believe I have had the opportunity to thank you personally. Your efforts served not only to lift the children's spirits, but the staff's as well. Had Lady Aldieta not already arranged your reward to reward your cooperation, I certainly would have. That being said, these are yours. It's not often that children have a chance to meet an adventurer, let alone one as so kind as yourself. Pray visit us again while you can. Where we get both items. The hair stuff and the monocle for in case we want it. Just peachy. Okay, there are still some daily doable quests. Greetings, Serenia. I'm terribly sorry to trouble you again so soon, but may I have a word? As you know, our dear Lori was overjoyed to receive a personal visit from Redolent Rose, whom she so admires. So very few are given such an opportunity, and I shall forever be grateful to you for your part in arranging it. However, Lori is not the only one under our care, and the other children heard her story. When the other children heard her story, they came asking me to invite all manner of illustrious figures to the ward. Of course, I would gladly grant their wishes if I could. However, I am but a lowly physician and hold little sway outside this frontistery. I do not sup with a sultana or go for leisurely flights on the backs of dragons, but an adventurer of your stature is no stranger to esteemed company, both within and without the city. The children and I would be eternally grateful if you would draw upon this circle of acquaintances to make their dreams come true one more time. I sincerely apologize for imposing upon you yet again, but it is not for my own sake that I beseech your aid. In return for your efforts I have arranged a reward, but I fear it will only begin to repay the debt I already owe you. Young Revoire, emboldened by your example, has chosen to serve as seneschal to our young ladies and has helped sort all of their various requests. I asked them to write letters to the people they wanted to meet, although it seemed not everyone had a specific person in mind. You can find them on the desk over there. Read through them, and if there's any among your allies and comrades in arms who might be fit to call upon, don't hesitate to tell me, and I gather everyone here. Leave it to me. To a graceful sultana, to a fierce gladiator, to a master chef, to Uldar's top songstress. Before I became sick, I was lucky enough to see the songbirds perform. The songs were so captivating and the dances were so extravagant. My memory of that day has gotten me through the most difficult times. It taught me to always have a song in my heart and a rhythm in my step, and when I grow up I want to be just like you. I know I have a lot to learn, and I would treat any advice you could offer as precious as a pound of gold. Yes. I can't stop playing with my hair. I usually style it differently every day, and I love coming up with all sorts of ways to fashion my friend's hair too. Everyone says I should become an esthetician when I get older, and I couldn't agree more. But I'm still just a child. I'm sure there's lots a successful esthetician could teach me. I have so many questions to ask. Maybe you could ask them while you're cutting my hair? So I guess... Flamin? Flamin? I forgot his name. The esthetician, yeah. I've always loved baking and other sweet things. And when I grow up, I want to open my own shop to see the smiles of the faces on the face of my customers. Everyone here at the Frontistry says my baking is delicious, and the tarts I made for them were devoured in the space of one bell. But even though my friends praise my baking, I'm still not sure if I'm doing everything right. So that's why I want a master cook to taste something I make with my own hands. And want an honest opinion. No sugarcoating, please. For as long as I can remember, I've been sickly. I feel like I spent more time in the Frontistry than out of it. I've always wished I could be like the gladiators I see around the city. So strong and healthy, as if I had never spent a single moment in sickbed. I want to learn how to be like them, especially the woman who leads the whole guild. If I was as strong as her, I would never have to come back here again. I don't care what it takes, just teach me what to do and I do it. Your Grace, to this day I remember when my father took me to see you speak. Your words moved me, and ever since I tried to live by them. I've always been shy, but I want to learn how to be brave like you. How do you stand in front of so many people without looking nervous at all? There's so much I want to ask you, and if you could grace us with your presence at the Frontistry, I would be ever so grateful. Okay. Yes? The first sword. My friend here tells me that one among you has had it in their head to become a gladiator. Raise your hand, you can judge if it's fit to raise a sword. Me! Aye, that's an arm I'd feel swinging at me even at my best day. You have promise, but many a talented gladiator has seen their bright future smothered by the sense of a Colosseum. Would you like to know what separates the wheat from the chaff? Much akin to how a sword must be sharpened daily, one's skill with it must be practiced often and with diligence. The very best of us do this, and more. They train always with purpose. There's an image in their head of a gladiator they'll become on the morrow, the next moon, and the next summer. Take this advice to heart, for it has guided me to where I am now, and I suspect it will guide me further still. Now, imagine yourself with sword and shield in hand, ready to emerge victorious from your first tourney. Tourney? You mean at the Colosseum? I've always wanted to go to one, but my ma says it's too crowded. That'll make my condition even worse, so I've never been. I see. Imagine yourself facing down a different foe then. This condition of yours. Imagine that you've trounced it so thoroughly that it would never dare to plague you again. Triumph over this enemy and take back your health. And I personally see to it that you're invited to a tourney showcasing the fiercest fighters in our guild. Really? My word is as good as my sword. All I ask is that you put my advice to practice daily. Your first victory is yours for the taking. Of course, I promise. I must admit, when I first requested your aid, it was out of desperation. I expected at best a short letter to read to the children, but you went the extra mile and provided us with an audience. I cannot remember the last time I saw everyone so happy. Joy was not the only gift you gave everyone, however. The heartening words of your allies will fortify the children's spirits in the days ahead, and they might overcome their illness and see their health returned. Please, pass on our gratitude to your friends. And allow me to thank you personally. Your efforts have ensured that this little lady's day will always be remembered fondly by both the children and myself. You're welcome to visit us here at any time you wish, and all the more welcome if you have another companion in tow. Confetti, yeah. Yeah, there's someone. Songstresses? Okay. Now this is a crowd. Serena didn't tell us there would be so many of them. Greetings everyone, and thank you for having us. Who wants an autograph? Ooh la la, show a little restraint please. We're in a sick ward, not on the stage. Let's keep civil in front of the children, shall we? Serena told us one of you little ladies wishes to be a songstress when she grows up. Which of you is it? Wow, look at her. She'd fit right in with the songbirds. Who's your favorite? It's okay, you can be honest. It's me, isn't it? I'm sure there are other things she'd like to talk about. Tell us, what made you want to follow in our footsteps? I saw you perform once in Ulda, and by the end of the first song, I knew what I wanted to be. Your voices, your dances, your costumes, everything was so enchanting. Really? Thank you for your kind words, truly. As a performer, there's no greater gift than the heartfelt appreciation of a fan. True, but being a songstress isn't all sunshine and lemon cakes, and becoming one wasn't even less sweet. There were many hardships to overcome to get to where we are now, and certainly more are still ahead. On the stage we're perfect, but it takes effort off the stage to get there. Day after day for bells on end we practice. You have to be ready to endure that and more. Ulala, she's but a child! While Ulala's words may be blunt, there's wisdom in them. If we inspired this girl, don't we owe her honesty? Would that I was given the same gift when I was younger. Not that I would have chosen any other path than this. Quite the opposite, in fact. For every moment of suffering, there are countless hours, countless more fulfillment. Like this one, for example. Meeting our fans is always an occasion to hold dear. That's right. I wouldn't dissociate anyone from pursuing their dreams of becoming a songstress. Stay determined and practice every day, and before long, I'm sure we'll see you on the stage with us. I will. Thank you. But let me warn you, if you aim to be Eorzea's #1 songstress, you will have to face some stiff competition. A culinary magician. We being link stuff here? Or... Yep. Oi, now I see why they call Ulda a jewel. It's got the prettiest little lasses this side of Eorzea. Now here's the one who's with a taste for cakes and cookies. Misa, is it true you know how to cook? You could say that. I've been known to whip up a dish or two when the fancy strikes me. Some have even asked me to cook whole meals for them, if you can believe it. And then they asked for more. In fact, so many couldn't get their fill of my cooking that I stumbled into the position of guild master with the culinarians. Ever heard of a Bismarck? And something of a known quantity there, and we're always looking for talent. I understand you're adept in the kitchen yourself. I suppose. I like to make sweets, and one day I hope to open my own shop. That's a worthy road to walk down, if I do say so myself. You lose track of how many days you spend bent over an oven, however, but I suspect that won't deter you. Now, that's an attitude I like to see. Now, lass, I came all this way on the promise of cake, one that put the Bismarcks to shame. Would you care to oblige me? A legendary esthetician. I forgot his name. I called him only once. Who is this? I see there's still drab corners of the world where the name of Njandalain has yet to grace the people's tongues. Not to worry, my dear ladies, for now I am well accustomed to the feat of delivering the light of beauty to Eorzea's darkest recesses. This is an esthetician? He's not like I imagined. Look carefully upon this visage, and then carefully inside yourself. Do so, and you shall come to see the truth. Not the truth of prosaic reality, no. The truth of the heart. The one truth that can stir your soul and transform it from dull to dashing. Will you dare to accept it, or will you forever consign yourself to mediocrity? Excellent, my lass. And take hold of your scissors, figuratively of course, and prepare to shear your ideal self free from the fabric of a common and shape it into something wondrous, as only an esthetician can. Now, I shall excise the demon of ugliness from atop your crown, and shall return to us a beauty reborn. Bid farewell to the life you knew, and prepare to see the world from a vantage placed squarely upon the clamoring masses. Breathtaking, more lovely than words can say. No, you must not speak. You must bask in the moment. Today you step foot upon a new path, a path that will lead you to a beauty so profound that you shall have no choice but to one day join me in my quest to banish all hints of a grotesque from the land. That guy! I had forgotten how, yeah, himself he is. Anyway, one other guest we have. Let us see if her grace can grace the children with her presence. The Sultana herself. Greetings, children. Is everyone having a splendid little lady's day? It's the Sultana. We are honored by your presence, your grace. Now, there's no need for stiff formalities. Pray call me Nanamo, and it is I who should be honored to receive your invitation. For our children are the most precious gemstones in all of Uldar. I'm sure there's much and more I can learn from your stories, and full eager am I to hear them. Your Grace, each moment we remain here, urgent matters are mounting and left unresolved. We would do best not to tarry over long. Papashan, do you forget the meaning of this day? For generations the Sultans of Uldar have put themselves at the complete disposal of their chosen princesses. Am I not beholden to the same tradition? Or do you mean to imply that the Sultana cannot be a seneschal? No, Your Grace, of course not. I'm glad we have reached an understanding. Now, which one of you addresses their letter to me? Come forward and I shall serve you as best I can. Okay, but that's that. Yeah, that's that event. Nice, no? That was the Little Lady's Day. Until next time, when we play more Final Fantasy XIV. I'm Mace and don't get lost.